Your Excellency, Pan Hołownia, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, all honorable members of Estonian Parliament, I'm coming here with cordial greetings from the Polish Sejm, Polish lower chamber. As you know, we have, and I will take a minute to show you how deep our relationships on this parliamentary level are, but let me first start with a little bit of Estonian. I'm not sure if you already had your portion of laugh today, so you will have definitely the chance to laugh at me a little bit when I will be trying to perform it. But let me start with the words of General Laidoner, our, I would say, common hero, husband of Maria Kruszewska, Polish citizen, Polish noblewoman. It was not the start of our relationship, and I remembered it very well when I was in Tartu on the invitation of Laurie here. You know how we shared our history in the past. But these words I want to say, or to try to say in this chamber, are Mina olen iseseisva Eesti riigi tegelane. These are the words of General Laidoner showing one of the most important things we do have in our lives. Doesn't matter if we are politicians or just regular citizens. I mean pride. I mean this feeling of integrity. This deep value coming out of feeling that we are the part of the community, that we are together, because we as people, we are not created to be alone. We are always looking for relations. We are looking for the chance of cooperation. We are trying to build a better future for our loved ones. And it all starts with this feeling where I belong to. What is my identity? Who am I? Not against the others, but to show the others that we, I and you, we can build something together. And General Laidoner, who was the chief commander of your armed forces in a very troubled time, he was a visionary as well, because he knew that our geopolitical position is like it is, and it won't be any different in upcoming generations. We are here, and it's not only our heritage, but also it's a great challenge, especially in this era when we have this aggressive politics coming from the Russian side on a daily basis. And we can see it every day on our eastern border in Poland, with all the migrational pressure, with all the hybrid war Lukashenko and Putin are making or trying to make in this very fragile part of Europe. We can see it when my wife, who is a jet fighter pilot, is flying every day to meet Russian aircraft starting from Kaliningrad and trying to provoke NATO forces. We can see it, and we saw it during presidential elections we just completed in Poland, with outstanding number of attempts of destabilizing the electoral process we had during this very difficult time for our politics. We can saw these people in Kremlin, in Minsk, working 24/7 to divide us internally and externally. So that's why I'm saying that General Laidoner was a visionary, because he used to say that we have to work together. He was a close friend of our Marshal Piłsudski, the founder of our independence. But he also tried to do whatever he could, you know it better than me, to build good relationship with Russia, with Lithuania, with Latvia, with Finland. Right now we are doing the same thing. I started a year ago, precisely a year ago, as a newly elected Marshal of the Polish Sejm, this format of regular meetings of speakers of the parliament of Poland, of Lithuania, of Latvia, of Estonia, of Finland, together with our friend from Ukraine. Right now, our friend, deputy speaker from Iceland, joined us on the last meeting. We started in Białystok, in my hometown, in Poland, near the eastern border. Laurie was there. Then Laurie invited us to Tartu, and we met in Tartu. We had a meeting in Vilnius. We had a meeting in Riga. Right now, we will be meeting probably, and I spoke to Laurie that maybe the next meeting should be in Helsinki, together with our friend Jussi Halla-aho. We have to build not only alliances of our armed forces. Right now, we need something much more important. We need to build, as parliaments, alliances of our societies. Because at the very end, when it will be the real crisis, the societies will be backing or not political and military decisions of the politicians. With no agreement from the side of the society, any treaty, anything we are saying as politicians will be not available to deliver. And that's why it's so important for us to meet, to talk on the level of the parliaments, of the speakers, of the committees, to build friendships, to build contacts between us. Because right now, with this kind of danger and with this, I would say, repolarization of the world, because it's changing so quickly, right? I can remember the times, it was like 10 years ago, I worked in Africa, then in Asia, in different countries with my NGOs. I was a journalist, I was an author. I remember the world when we were speaking, there is no longer the axis east-west. Right now it's only north-south. Right now we have west-east axis again, because we are in the middle of the crisis between the United States and China. And for them, everything in between, it's a proxy situation. For them, the most important thing is what is going on this axis. But right now in our societies, I don't know if it is the same case in your society, but in ours, I would say it's 100%. And it was the same in States, in Germany we saw it. We are seeing it at every elections, that in our societies, right now there is no left or right division. There is up and down, elites and the people. And this is the division, the axis, which is organizing our world today inside our societies. Are you with the elites or are you with the people? And this is the thing populists are taking advantage of. Because they are coming to exhausted people. Because our people are exhausted. I spoke to your Prime Minister, I'm speaking to Laurie. It's the same situation. I spent like a half a year in the campaign in Poland. I was visiting every town, talking to people in town halls, in squares, especially with the opposition voters. And I had this impression that people are really exhausted. They have kind of internal, sometimes hidden PTSD after COVID. After this feeling that war is coming closer and closer to our borders, mortgage rate is going up, financial crisis is active here and there, migrational crisis is active. We experienced 5 great crises in the perspective of 10 years, in the span of 10 years. After each of these crises, there was a huge collapse in the history of the humankind for the generations. And we experienced 5 of them in 10 years, in the perspective of life of our children. I mean financial crisis, migrational crisis, climate crisis, war in Ukraine crisis, and COVID crisis. You know, people are exhausted and they want relief. And populists are coming and saying, okay, let's take this pill, this blue pill or yellow pill, everything will be better, you will be happy and you will be okay. Ukrainians are the ones we should fall. Jews are ones we should point as one who are Trump, others. We will show you. You know, there is no time for complicated answers for these people sometimes. But what can we do? And this is my last observation from my own experience in Poland. What can we offer them? More fear? This is the debate we are having right now in Polish government. As you know, we had the votum of confidence yesterday. And right now we are rebuilding our coalition. We expect to have the blessed times of no elections for 2.5 years. After a series of 4 elections, because we, in the last year and a half, we had presidential, parliamentary, European and local elections. Together right now there is a period of 2.5 years without any. Really blessed period, you know, to work a little bit, not only to talk and trying to campaign. But what I'm trying to persuade my colleagues is that you will, if there is, you know, there are people on the scene who are trying to sell fear to people, you will be never, ever better than they are. Because they are original. You will be always a copy. So don't attempt to be the better fear seller. You know, try to be a hope seller. Because hope sells. Hope sells. And populists teach us that only fear sells, because it's the easiest way, you know, to scare someone and then to hug him, you know, to manipulate him emotionally. But what we want to do and what we should do is to show people that there is hope, that there is relief. Show them that there are some responsible leaders, that there is someone you can count on when you are solving your problems and the world is crumbling down. What wouldn't be any less complicated than it is? It would be probably even more complicated than it is. The question is what we would do with ourselves and with our standings as MPs. In Poland, in Estonia, everywhere, people are looking at us, and I can feel it in my country. What do they expect? What do they want to see? Fear or hope? Sellers of fear or sellers of hope? I'm telling you, I had this kind of argument once on one session somewhere. I was not a politician then, and someone very good in social media was trying to persuade me that sex sells. Like in the movie industry, in the internet, and in the... No, I said, hope sells better than sex. Hope is much more sexy than fear is. Because fear, it's sexy or attractive for a very short period of time. And on hope, we are building our lives as human beings, our relations, our loves, our relation to our children. In this crisis, in the middle of this crisis, I'm trying to define my own party. I started a couple of years ago. We were 3 years in the opposition. Right now, for a year and a half, we are forming a government. And you know what I pointed out? That right now we should name ourselves like a party of the pissed off parents. Parents who are not from the left, not from the right, and their only point of reference is the future of the kids, is the future of our children, of our grandchildren. And this is the only perspective we can share with the 80% of the population. We want a better future for our children. If you have any other aim, if you have any other thing you look for in politics, you will fail. You will fail sooner or later. Because you will come back home, as I'm coming back home, and my daughter will ask me, Daddy, what you did? Practically, what you did? Yes, you were shouting, they were shouting, you know, because it's allowed to shout in our parliament. Laurie told me that in your parliament it's not allowed. In our parliament they are singing, they are trying to fist fight, they are trying to do a lot of things. I hosted Polish Got Talent for 12 years, so sometimes I have this impression that I didn't really change the workplace. You know, I'm still doing in entertainment somehow. But yes, what did you do precisely for the people, for me, for my future? I hope that, and my wish to you is that it will be always our common perspective, and that together our societies represented by us parliamentarians will have a lot of chances to do good for our region. And believe me, as long as I'm a Marshal of Sejm, there will be very close contact with your speaker and with your parliament, and you are always invited to Poland. Let's build something together. Poland has aspiration to be not only the huge local powerhouse of the Eastern Europe. We want to apply to your club. We want to be a Baltic country again. We want to be a Nordic country again. So when we will be trying to knock to your door and asking, hey, we want to be a part of your team, please let us in. Because we can bring you new perspective, a lot of things we are having and we are experiencing right now. And I think that the answer for Putin's politics of dividing us should be only one. We have to stay together. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I know that you have plenty of very important votings today, and there will be a place for a lot of very important debates here. All the best to you, to your families, to your colleagues, and really, please, do hope in our future. Don't let these evil guys scare us. Don't let them make us worse people than we are. Thank you so much.